So, somehow, I mean this. When I say somehow, I mean somehow. Somehow, in the year, we're pushing 2025, and people are still arguing with the benefit of hindsight. Not even at the time arguing with hindsight that Caitlin Clark did not deserve to be on the Olympic team. You have the benefit of hindsight. How are you messing up with the benefit of hindsight? We watched the Olympics. We saw Team USA nearly lose. We saw it be a complete disaster on the court. And even with hindsight, you're saying everything went well. Before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 40,150 subscribers by the end of the day. But anyway, if you guys have not seen this right here. So, I have seen some posts. I quote tweeted it, but this was the post that I read. Somebody said this about Caitlin Clark. She was robbed of the unanimous Rookie of the Year to make another player feel good. She was kept off the Olympics team to make lesser talented players feel good. She should turn down / share endorsements and awards to make other players feel good. The ironic thing is that the Olympic team is probably okay. In hindsight, I will say, not making the Olympics in hindsight was good. I think she was upset at the time. I think in hindsight, there was benefits and drawbacks to it for her. She would obviously love an Olympic gold medal, and if you make Team USA, it should be a guaranteed Olympic gold medal. Obviously, it wasn't a guaranteed Olympic gold medal somehow this time. Like, I cannot believe it. That it was this was like the first time it wasn't a guaranteed gold medal. And it wasn't to do with the other teams being spectacular, by the way. It was about Team USA bringing the worst team they ever brought to an Olympics. And that includes the one where they did not bring the MVP or the finals MVP for no reason. Because they wanted to bring a 37-year-old Tamika Catchings instead. And like one of the issues is like Team USA, if you don't know about the Olympics, they have a huge issue where they just assume they're going to win every time. So they don't bring the best team. They never have brought the best team. They'll bring a team based on, they will reward legacy. They'll reward historical dominance rather than who's the best at the time. Like again, Candace Parker was finals MVP in 2016. Nneka Nwumeke was MVP in 2016. Neither of them made the team because they wanted to bring Stewie because Gino Auriemma was coaching and he coached her in college, and they wanted to bring a 37-year-old Tamika Catchings. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. But this week got quote tweeted. She was literally never making the Olympics team. At some point, you'll have to get over that. I agree, she was never making the Olympics team, but she was told there was a chance. She had been told there was a chance, and with the way she had been playing in a couple of games, like she had a pretty, if you subtract maybe the first 4 games, like at the time of the Olympic announcements, right when they were leaking the team, she had a really good first game against the Sky. I know the box score wasn't great. She had already had a couple of 30-point games at that stage. Like she had multiple 30-point games. And if for some reason they did sneak around the team, Cheryl was never going to play her because she was a defensive liability. Let the league leader in assists, who also averages 19 points per game. She was a defensive liability. I agree. Caitlin Clark is not a good defender. But this was a team that started an injured Nafisa Collier. Like Fee was injured in the Olympics. She kind of picked it up as time went on, but like she was injured. An injured Chelsea Gray. Whatever about Fee Collier, like she was injured and like it affected her. Like Chelsea Gray could barely run. She was limping around, and not the normal Chelsea Gray limp. Like she couldn't guard anybody. Like she was literally, she was so bad on defense they were taking her off the court. She was so bad they just targeted her every single possession. She couldn't do anything. And then they also started 42-year-old Anna Taurasi, who's a much worse defender than Caitlin Clark. So I quote tweeted, they started 42-year-old Taurasi, who was coming off an injury and only brought 1 point guard. That was another problem. They didn't even bring, look, this would be understandable if they brought the best 12 player. If you want to argue Caitlin Clark wasn't best 12, fine. But Diana Taurasi wasn't either. And Chelsea Gray had just missed 9 months. She had not ran in 9 months. Not only had she not played, she hadn't ran. As soon as she was able to run, she got fast-tracked into the lineup, by the way. At this stage, Chelsea Gray still was not running. Like, when the team was announced. And that nearly killed them. It nearly killed them. They brought 1 point guard. Sabrina couldn't really run the one. Kelsey Plum definitely couldn't run the one. They were running Jewel Lloyd at the one for a while. Jewel Lloyd definitely can't run the one. Like, they were benching Kat Copper just because they wanted to give Taurasi minutes. Like, this was not a team picked on merit. This was a team picked on, we're going to win gold anyway, so let's just reward certain players. And the reality is they almost lost gold because of it. And I said it, we're not changing the narrative here. 12 players, I mistyped here. A team of 12 players they didn't bring to the Olympics would have beaten the Olympics team. They brought 1 point guard, 1 true center, and 6 score for shooting guards. Like, a starting 5, look, Aja Stewie Fee, Kat Copper, Jackie Young, Sabrina Ionescu. They are players that deserve to make that team. And Greiner, because she's big. Look, that's 7 players. But I'm sorry, the starting 5 of a crippled Chelsea Gray, a 42-year-old Taurasi, Fee playing out of position and injured, Stewie and Aja. A 5, like again, a team voted for by fans that got an hour and a half practice beat them. But you might be saying, oh, John Quell Jones is an American, neither is DeWanna Bonner. Okay, let's get rid of those 2 then. Like, they would have a team of Aaliyah Boston, Ariel Atkins, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Kayla McBride, with Arike as 6th woman just to cook off the bench. That team beats Team USA. None of them made it. All American, none of them made it. She was averaging as many assists, turnover assists, and a 0 playoff experience. They brought in 1 point guard who was time selection hadn't ran in 9 months. This was coming off the qualifying campaign where they needed a buzzer beater to beat Belgium. And that's the thing, it was like, they literally nearly lost in qualification. They had issues qualifying for the Olympics. Like, they got lucky to win every game in qualification. Like, they were having trouble in the qualifiers, and they had their full team with them. They had everyone except Aja Wilson and injured Chelsea Gray. I'm sorry, Ariel Atkins, who they had in those terms, was obviously Aja way better than Leah Boston, but Ariel Atkins was way better than the injured Chelsea Gray they had. So, like, they knew that team was not going to steamroll the Olympics, and they chose to go ahead with a team they knew wasn't going to steamroll the Olympics when they could have steamrolled the Olympics. They chose not to steamroll the Olympics. You can just name the player. They brought Chelsea Gray, a point guard, when Lee Playford. She was injured. That's literally like saying, oh, are you dumb? Are you dumb? They chose players with extensive championship experience. What the hell does that have to do? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? That's like saying, why did they bring certain player over? Why not bring Chris Paul if you're the men's team? Why not bring Chris Paul? Like, why not, I don't know, why not bring Tim Duncan out of retirement at this stage? Like, why not just do that? Like, why not bring Chris Paul? I'm sorry, let's bring Chris Paul. Let's bring Olympic Mello back. Let's get Blake Griffin his Olympic medal. Are we dumb? In the NBA, KD, LeBron, Curry were given automatic spots because they were all better than everyone else. Like, they at the Olympics showed that they were better than everybody else. Chelsea Gray showed she couldn't run at the Olympics. Like, these people are that dumb. This revisionist history is ridiculous. Oh, Chelsea Gray, you can name her. She had championship experience. I don't care if she has championship experience. Chelsea Gray could not run. She couldn't run. It's literally like bringing, I don't know. I'm just trying to think. It's like bringing, if there was an Olympics in 2019, let's just say hypothetical. There was an Olympics in 2019. And because Buggy was on the 2016 team, we're going to bring Buggy. The man could barely move post. Or let's say 2020. Because in fairness, he wasn't that bad for the Warriors. In 2020, 2021, the man could hardly move. He was coming off an Achilles and an ACL tear. And we're like, oh yeah, let's bring him for the sake of it. When you have like an all-star Jared Allen, you could bring instead. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I don't care about championship experience. The team doesn't need championship experience. You literally have Breanna Steward, Aja Wilson, Jackie Young, Kelsey Plum, Kalia Copper. You have almost your whole team has won rings. You don't, Brittany Griner, you don't need to bring a player for championship experience when your whole fucking team has championship experience. If anything, bring youth. If anything, bringing youth is more important than that. These people are so dumb. They don't understand anything about basketball. All right. I'm mixed cam. I'll see you guys. That's my last video for today.